crazy girl came out saying, you can't be me, you can't be me, you can't be me. That was me. But like, he already knew. Like, Tamari is crazy. He didn't give me his phone. I punched him. Hey YouTube, I'm back with another video. My name is Tamari. If you're new to my channel, make sure you smack that like, comment, and subscribe button. If you're coming back, welcome back. Today, as you can tell from this video, a long waited for a video. People have been asking me to do a story time on how I was crazy in my relationship. So I decided I'm gonna do this, you know? I'm gonna embarrass myself on YouTube right quick. I know for a fact I'm not the only girl that been crazy like this in a relationship. So, quick little rundown. I talked about majority of our relationship with my ex and why we broke up video, so that's where all of this is coming from. And I gave like a little rundown on everything that happened and how we both was toxic and stuff in the beginning, blah blah blah. So this is why we are here. For my future husband out there, if you just happen to click on this video, or boyfriend or whatever, I'm not crazy no more. I'm not toxic no more. I don't do none of that stuff. I'm grown. This was back when I was like 16, 17, and I got a daughter. So now that I got that out of the way, I'm gonna just get straight into this video, y'all. Don't mind my eyelashes because I threw these on earlier, and I hate when I don't put them on right because then my eyes start looking like they doing different stuff. Like one of them look like they like wanted like this, and the other one like, you know. Back when me and my ex first got together, the beginning of our relationship, if y'all didn't hear about that part in the toxicness, then go back and watch the why we broke up video, but I'm not about to go over that again in this video. His ex was like not part of the family, but her family and his family was close because they used to go on vacation all the time. So basically, me and his ex was going back and forth on Instagram under my post because his little brother had like followed her on Instagram or something, and he followed me. But little boys, he would call her like his girlfriend and call me his girlfriend, and then I had did something petty and I was just like, oh, like he be doing the same thing to me, like the little brother. And then she got mad. I said it in like a jokingly way, and then she got mad and like was on, like get off her post or whatever. I don't know what the case was. I don't even remember. I remember me and the girl, me and his ex, going back and forth under my Instagram post. My friend stepped in and her friend stepped in, and it was talking about fighting and pulling up, and they were saying they don't fight, they shoot or whatever. And he was just looking at me like, you doing the most. He wasn't trying to defend me. He wasn't arguing back. Oh shit. Y'all, my window rolled back. My window rolled down and I just got so scared, God. I thought somebody was breaking in my car. It's 1:49 in the morning, y'all, and I'm in the car making a story time for y'all because I told y'all I was gonna make my story times in the car, and I feel better making my story times in the car. But y'all just don't know how bad that just scared the living daylight out of me. But yeah, I was going back and forth with her and her friend on Instagram. Ended up stopping, going back and forth with them. He was saying we both was childish, blah blah blah, and she was saying that he was basically texting her, and I was like, send the proof. Like, I'm trying to be mad, but I still want you to send the proof. And she wasn't trying to send the proof. So at this point, I just gotta assume that she's lying because I didn't have no proof to like hold against him. In the back of my head though, I felt like she was telling the truth. So after that situation, I definitely didn't want him going on that family vacation that she was gonna be at, or that she possibly could be at, that they go on every summer. So his mom was like, okay, so he could stay with you. And this was like his first time staying with me for a long period of time. So we was at my house, we was chilling on the bed. It was like the first night, like they just left for the like his mom and them just left for the family vacation the night before. And me and him were just sitting on the bed, and we had broke up not too long ago and got back together. So we were sitting there and a notification popped up on Snapchat. It was like, so and so added you back, and it was his ex. And I'm just like, in my head, I'm like, why is she adding him back on Snapchat? And then I'm a Libra, so I sit there and overthink everything. I think of every possibility of like how this could have happened, like why she added him back, and I think about like if I should say something or not, but I'm not good at holding my tongue. I was just like, why is she adding you back on Snapchat? Like, why are y'all friends on Snapchat? He was like, she must have added me back because I added her when we broke up, and she's just now adding me back. And it could have possibly been the truth. Like, he could have been telling the truth, but in my head, I'm just automatically assuming you're lying. Like, you added her and you didn't want me to see it. And if I didn't see it, then y'all would still be friends on Snapchat type stuff, you know? So I'm sitting there mad. And I'm like, give me your phone. So she added him back, and I was going through their Snapchat, because you know they used to show the Snapchat messages that save or whatever. I was going through that and I had texted her. So me and her going back and forth on Snapchat, and then she start like spilling the tea, like, oh, blah blah blah, yeah, he texting me, blah blah blah. And I'm like, this sounds a little too detailed, it's a little too accurate. So I'm sitting here looking at him like, is she telling the truth? Like, you need to tell me, like, is she telling the truth? And he like, she lying, she being petty, blah blah blah, that never happened. So I'm sitting here just like stuck, like I don't have no proof, you're not sending no screenshots. He sit there saying she lying. She start calling me names, so I start calling her names back. I'm like, you're not gonna defend me? The whole time I'm on his phone, y'all, on his Snapchat, going back and forth with this girl. So I'm like, you're not gonna defend me, you're not gonna say nothing to her, she's lying, you're not gonna tell her that she's lying. And I felt like he didn't tell her that she's lying because she wasn't lying, and that's how I was feeling at the time. Yeah, so continue on. Me and her was going back and forth. He had took his phone from me, and at this point I'm like, who the frick is you taking your phone from? Like, a switch had switched off in my head. I don't know what happened. Y'all don't mind my nail either, it looked like a snaggle tooth, it came off. But I don't know what happened, but a switch had went off. He snatched his phone from my hand, and my heart was already beating fast. Like, this girl was saying all this stuff, accusing you of stuff, you saying she lying, you're not trying to defend me, and then you gonna snatch your phone out my hand mid-argument because you saying we being childish. At this point now I feel like you're defending her. So he had snatched his phone, he was on the edge of the bed, he had stood up, had his phone. I'm like, give me your phone back, give me your phone back, give me your phone back. He wasn't trying to give me his phone back, y'all. He didn't give me his phone back. So I squared up, and if y'all watched my Truth or Drink video with my mom in it, we was still like 16, 17. I was still living at home with my mom. He still lived with his mom, but he was over my house. So everybody in the house pretty much woke up. I stood up, I squared up. I'm like, you can't beat me. Like in that Truth or Drink video, like my mom was saying, you can't beat me, you can't beat me, you can't beat me. That was me. I squared up, like, you can't beat me, like, fight me. Like, y'all know some girls be hitting dudes not expecting to get hit back. I was squared up, I was ready to fight him. Like, I felt like I can beat him in that time and moment, which was not really the case because I couldn't beat him, but I thought I could. So I squared up. I'm just like, come on, bro, like, fight me. Like, you had me messed up. You got me so messed up right now. Like, you gonna take your phone from me? First you wasn't defending me. This girl called me all types of names. She accusing you of stuff. You didn't even defend yourself. So at this point you lying. Both of y'all got me messed up, and I want you to fight me, and then I want to go fight her. So he wasn't gonna fight me. I ended up, I'm like, give me your phone. He didn't give me his phone. I punched him. I said this was the one thing in my life I regret. Not because it went south or went bad, but I never should have put my hands on him. I don't condone putting your hands on the dudes, especially if you don't think you're gonna get hit back. Even though I was ready to get hit back, but I still shouldn't have put my hands on him. Like, and that's the only time I ever put my hands on him. Like I said, I was on birth control. It had me going crazy. I was gaining weight, all types of the 9 yards. Yeah. So I put my hands on him, and he had puffed up, like, not like he was going to hit me, like he didn't buck at me or nothing, but like he wanted to. Like, he was so mad, but he was holding it in. And if y'all know my ex, he's really calm. Like, he got anger issues. Well, he used to have anger issues. Like, he will fight a dude in a heartbeat, like, don't disrespect him type stuff. But he's really calm. So when me and him will argue, he would walk away, or he wouldn't talk to me, and he hold onto stuff. It could be little stuff, like little arguments. He hold onto them for a long time. It take him a while to get over stuff. So after I hit him, he was like, I'm done. And this is where, like, my crazy girl came out. Like, my crazy girl came out, because as soon as he said I'm done, the way he said it and walked out the room and walked out the house, I was like, my face went from mad, and my feelings went from mad and sad and wanting to beat everybody up to like just sad and like, no, oh my gosh, like I was in love. Well, I thought I was in love, and I'm just like, you can't say you're done with me. You're not done with me. So I'm sitting here crying. I followed after him. I'm like, I'm sorry, you're not done with me. Like, I won't ever put my hands on you again. He was on the phone with his mama telling her what happened. Keep in mind they had the beach or whatever. So she ended up saying that he couldn't stay for the rest of their trip. He got to come up there. And the girl up there. So I'm like, the whole time I'm arguing with this girl and she at the beach with y'all. And you gonna make him come up there to the beach with y'all. But I had to just calm down because I didn't have no choice at this point. I messed it up for myself. I should have put my hands on him. So he ended up going to the beach. I literally would call him every day, all day, text him all day, and make sure he wasn't around her. But you know, anything is possible. I still don't know to this day. I'm not saying he did anything, but that's what was going through my head. I was stressing this whole vacation. The whole time he was at that vacation, I was stressing because that girl, I was just arguing with her before he went, and I know she was there. But his mama made him come up there with his stepdad the next day or whatever. So he ended up going to the beach with them, with the girl, is what I wanted to avoid the whole time. And back then I was young and toxic, so I tried to be in control of everything. I didn't want my heart broke, so I tried to be in control of anything. I didn't want him to go out with his friends and get tempted by girls, so I tried to control that. So I was with him 24/7. He was with me 24/7. Like I said, it was very, 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 very toxic. I just try to control everything, because at this time and age, I let people do what they want to do, because people want to do what they want to do regardless. You know, I can't keep nobody from cheating on me. I can't keep nobody from doing what they want to do. And I just got to trust in whoever people say they are. Like, if somebody show me they a cheater, I got to trust you're a cheater. If you show me you a liar, I got to trust you a liar. If you show me you could be loyal, I got to trust that you loyal, instead of trying to control everything. So that's what I had to learn myself. And I just had to fix myself. I was very toxic. But yeah, so he ended up going to the beach with her. I apologized. I was crying, and I knew that if he left without us being cool, he probably would go to the beach and do some crazy mess, like sleep with her or something. Or he wouldn't talk to me, because he would ignore me. Like, when we got in small arguments, he would ignore me. So I apologize. We got cool. We ended up getting back together. Didn't think he was gonna take me back, y'all. I'm telling y'all, when he said he was done and the way he said it, I just knew he was never gonna mess with me again. And I really felt crazy, because like, why did I just put my hands on this man? And then now I'm sitting here crying to him, apologizing, when in a whole time I was right. I mean, I wasn't right for arguing her, but I was right about the situation. Like, I believed it was true, and it was true, and he didn't defend me because he didn't want her to expose him. So time went on. It would feel like we would get better. Like, when we had our good moments, we was up, we was good. He made me so happy, and I literally used to feel like there's no way I could be this close and comfortable with anybody else. So this is why I was so in love with him, and I was attached to him. And I just didn't think that I was made to be with anybody else. Like, I was crazy. So we would break up over little stuff all the time. We broke up over something little this one time, and he basically used to stay with me, and I basically used to stay with him. We was literally together 24/7. Like I said, I would always be spending the night at his house, or he would always be spending the night at my house. Since 16, y'all, 16. So we ended up getting a little argument. He went home, and after a little argument, I'm over it in like 2.5 seconds. I'm ready to like make up and be cool again. But he held grudges. He went home, and he ended up going to sleep. I didn't know he was asleep. I thought he was just ignoring me. So I'm sitting here blowing this man's phone up, like calling him literally like 1,000 times. Like, my biggest pet peeve is being ignored. Why are you ignoring me? You know this is my biggest pet peeve. Stop ignoring me. Stop ignoring me. Stop ignoring me. I was just really toxic. And then I used to say stuff to mess with his head, and I would use my words to put him down, basically. Like, I would say mean stuff or saying stuff to hurt him, knowing it would hurt him. So that's why I said both of us was wrong. Like, but then we ended up growing together and getting better and making our relationship better. but some of the stuff still poured over later in our relationship, so while we broke up. Go watch that video. I'm not about to explain everything again. But yeah, so he went home, and y'all, I sat there and literally kept calling him. So whole time it's driving me crazy. Like, what is this man doing where he can't answer the phone? Like, why is he ignoring me so much? I just want to talk. I was texting him like, let's just talk it out. I'm over it. I don't want to argue no more. Whole time I did want to argue, but I just wanted him to respond at this point. Like, why are you ignoring me? I ended up pulling up at his house. Yep, I pulled up at his house, saw his car. So I gotta see it through, my boy. Sight. But yeah, I saw his car, and I was like, okay, so he's home. Now why is he not answering me? He must be in there on the phone with another girl. Like, he done moved on so fast. Because every time we used to break up, y'all, as soon as we would break up, I'll go to his Instagram. He done followed like 100 girls. I was over exaggerating, not 100 girls, but he would follow some girls. And I'm just like, wow, you're moving on already? Like, but y'all know people do that when they break up, and it just broke my heart. Like, why is you already following girls that we just broke up? You're supposed to be sad. So I went in his house. His mama let me in because I'm pretty sure she didn't know that we was arguing, because we used to argue literally every day, broke up every other day, every other week, got back together literally every other day, every other week. We always broke up and got back together at the beginning of our relationship. So she let me in, and I went in his room and I sat on his bed, and he was asleep, and I literally just sat there and cried. I would move a little bit so the bed would move, so it would wake him up. And he woke up and he saw me crying, and he looked confused, like, why am I there? But I feel like he already knew. Like, Tamaria is crazy, my girlfriend is crazy, so he already accepted me and loved me for my crazy, I'm guessing. So he just hugged me and laid down, and we cuddled. He was like, it's okay, blah blah blah, and we got good, and I was happy again. So this is why you don't put your happiness in somebody, y'all. When I tell y'all, when we was in a relationship, all my happiness in the relationship, all my happiness in life depended on him. I put all my happiness in him. So when we break up, I would be so sad. Like, this is why you have to find happiness in yourself and be happy by yourself before you could be happy with anybody else. Like, now I'm happy by myself, so I know how to be better for my next relationship, y'all. And I'm able to admit all my wrongdoings in my last relationship, so I won't do the same thing in the future. But literally, our relationship, why the way it went, was because of both of us. And we both, like, sat down and talked about all of this. So that's why we have such a good co-parenting relationship now, and like a friendship now. Like, we still are good to this day. There was other instances in our relationship. I was gonna try to tell all of them in this story time, but it's just too many to tell. But like, those are just a couple of instances where I felt like I was crazy and I did some crazy stuff. There's like 2 more big ones, but that's just a whole nother story time. If y'all want to hear those story times, go ahead, go down, smack that subscribe button, that like button, get this to 1,000 likes, and drop a comment in the box down below saying y'all want to hear the story time, and I got y'all. Update on that whole situation. Me and my ex is cool now. Me and the girl are cool now. We on good terms. We squashed our beef a while ago. Like I said, this was a long time ago. So me and the girl squashed our beef after, like, me and my ex matured, and she matured, and we both got kids now. So like, I don't hate nobody. I don't dislike nobody. If somebody has a problem with me, it's because they have a problem with me. I don't have a problem with nobody. But yeah, me and my ex are good, great terms. Like I said, we still like the best of friends, great at co-parenting. We just wasn't meant to be together. And then me and his ex is good. Like, me and that girl are good. We squashed our beef. Oh, I love y'all so much. Y'all, we almost at 100K. We literally got like 10K in a month. Like, that's a lot for me, especially coming back to YouTube. But yeah, I'm gonna keep grinding for y'all. Y'all keep grinding for me, showing love. I'm gonna continue to grind and try to show as much love back as I can. I'm gonna start doing giveaways. If we hit 100K subscribers before my birthday, which is October 19th, I'll do a $500 giveaway. So go share my channel with y'all. aunts, uncles, friends, family on y'all Instagrams, Facebook, social medias. But yeah, y'all, that's the end of this video. I love y'all. Make sure y'all smack that like, comment, subscribe button. Don't forget, 100K before October 19th is definitely possible, y'all. I'm gonna do a $500 giveaway. And make sure you follow me on Instagram at itsTamaria. But yeah, that's the end of this video. I'm about to go in the house. It's literally 2:11 in the morning. And my baby is with her daddy, y'all. And I love her so much. And I miss her so much. So I couldn't even go to sleep even if I wanted to. That's the end of story time. Bye. Good night. Love y'all.